Hey everybody, and wow, dude, I like the new camera on the cell phone. My new cell phone is on the bottom here. Guys, welcome to another episode of the Late Trax Podcast. I am your host, Jackson Trax, the guy that knows what's going on in the automotive industry right now. Um, well, in my world, the automotive industry right now, I'd like to thank um, this guy right here. This guy right here is Travis Millhouse Jr. Travis Millhouse Jr. or we call him Junior. He is a Pro Light and a Pro 2 driver for the Amsoil Championship Off Road Race that I saw at ERX. I did a short little interview with him, and it was the greatest thing I ever did. It actually brought a little bit more confidence into doing podcasts and doing stuff, which I'm going to try to do so this weekend, tomorrow. Tomorrow, the Modest Car Show is finally here. It is finally here. Drive Cartel, very excited to see the guys from Drive Cartel. I cannot wait to talk to them. I cannot wait to hang with them. Nolan from Donut Media is going to be there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk to him because he's probably going to be taken over by a whole bunch of people, because in Minnesota, for some odd reason, when we see celebrities in Minnesota, we just bombard the hell out of them. I mean, we don't let them breathe. We don't let them come up for air. We just sit there and we hound on their asses all the time, especially when Travis Pastrana's around. I mean, everybody and their grandpa is just like, hey, Travis, hey, Travis, hey, Travis, basically wanting to suck his dick or something. I don't know what it is. But the thing is that Travis Pastrana is great. And when we see him at Ojibwe Forest Rally, I do like to try to talk to him, and I do like to, sit down and say stuff to him. But he's very busy. He's a very busy guy, and I would love, like, I have been trying to get on the Nitro Circus. I want to basically get on the Nitro Circus team or the Nitro Rallycross team and be an interviewer. I mean, hey, if Jared can do it or Adam or Andrew Crowley can do it, I can too. And Street Bike Tommy, if they can do it, I can do it too. One of the things that I really and truly would love to be able to do is just, interview people. Because I have a passion and a drive for anything auto sports and motorsports, and I actually love being around, the guys. I don't try to come off as too much of a dick. Like I met Oliver Bennett and Jensen Button. We met them at ERX last year for Nitro Rallycross. Great group of guys, great people. You know, everything about it was just so great. And it is just one of those things that, you visit these guys, you talk to them, and you hang out with them, and then you move on, And I hung out with the Travis Millhausen and the group and the team at Millhausen Racing, and I hung out with them over the weekend at ERX. Great family, great people. I really and truly love hanging out with them. Another guy I was going to talk to, this is Eli Kramer. I was going to talk to Eli Kramer. I talked to his dad, and then I was going to talk to Eli Kramer. I was going to go do a video with him. He works he drives for I Am Second, like a side-by-side. He does side-by-side racing. His schedule, he was at Elk River on the 12th through the 13th. He's going to be in Wisconsin at the Amsoil Championship Off-Road Racing July 28th and 27th, or 27th and 28th. Then he's going to be at Bark River, Michigan for the Amsoil Champion Off-Road Racing on August 10th and 11th. And then he's going to Poplar, Wisconsin for the SRX Off-Road Ranch. And then he's going to be in Crandon, August 30th to 31st for the Amsoil Champion Off-Road Racing. Then he's going to be at North Branch, Minnesota for the Heydays National. So September 8th and September 7th. And then he'll be back in Poplar, Wisconsin for the SRX Off-Road Ranch again. And they also have a really cool St. Bernard named Bear. I would recommend you guys going and taking a look and seeing him. But I was going to talk to number 18, Eli Kramer. I was going to talk to him. But the reason why I didn't talk to him, hey, what's up, Kenneth? What's up, Emilio? How you doing, man? Welcome to the Trax Podcast show. It's a show that we talk about all the events that are going on. Emilio has a very sweet-ass Mini Cooper, one of the best Mini Coopers. It is plastered all over Mini Works. We definitely appreciate his posts. We definitely appreciate everything that he does with the Trax Revolution Mini Works. He pushes our name. He pushes M7 tuning, and he's a very, very wonderful guy. I hope someday to meet him. He lives. I think he lives down in Texas. When I move down to New Mexico someday, we might collaborate. We might meet. Who knows? New Mexico is where I want to go, but I don't know what's going to happen. Everything that's happening right now in Minnesota is kind of just basically keeping me here. But I don't know what we're going to do yet. That is on the back burner. New Mexico is on the back burner, so it's there. Yes, I was going to talk to Eli Kramer, number 18 side-by-side pro racer and drives side-by-sides. And I was going to talk to him. But what happened was I heard that he got a DNF, or he got disqualified for something that happened at ERX, and he lost his position. And so I didn't want to go over and talk to him because I thought he was going to be pissed off, and I thought he was going to be upset. And if he wanted to speak his mind, this would have been the best place to do it. Because the thing is that on my show, there's no filter. There's no reason to, you can let out your ventation on me. I don't care. I'm there to, try to make you feel better. And I'm trying to let you know what's going on in the motorsport industry. I was going to talk to Eli Kramer. I haven't talked to him yet, but I was going to follow him. But yeah, I basically stayed with Travis Milhausen Jr. because Travis Milhausen Jr., his team took second and third in Pro Light and did a hell of a job. And they were really, really good at what they did. They're all the way. And now Travis Milhausen, he wants to move up to Pro 4, and he wants to have Pro 2 as his second race. But he's going to progress very slowly, and he's going to progress and go very fast. And he's just going to try to keep doing his sport. He keeps moving up. Literally, he keeps moving up. So like when he keeps doing Pro 2, as long as he keeps getting up to higher and higher positions, he'll be taking off. But anyway, this weekend we have the Modest Car Show. It's finally here, Minnesota Convention Center. It's going to be in St. Paul. It's going to be a very, very big show. If you want to look up on Facebook, look up the Modest Car Show at the St. Paul Convention Center, Minneapolis Convention Center. It'll be there. And then there's a show coming out on the 21st on Sunday, which is called the Car Culture CHS Field Takeover, which basically they're trying to fill the St. Paul Saints Stadium, CHS Field. They're trying to fill the parking lot. They're going to have over 400 to 500 cars in the parking lot. They're trying to get so many people. I think they want people to be checking in around 9:30. I think the show starts at like 10. So basically, if you went to the 3M Whips and Waffles show, if you went there and you went to that show, it's basically the same kind of check-in. And then it goes till about like 4 or noon or something like that. But it's in downtown St. Paul. It's at CHS Field. And it's supposed to be a really good show. Um, Again, I'm having, issues with my Mini Cooper, wanting to put things into shows because it's a very beautiful Mini Cooper. It's actually painted red, white, and blue. A lot of people see it. They think that, it's a pretty unique and different Mini Cooper, and it's really nice. I really wish that I had like some more Mini Coopers down there that were actually like kind of like wild Mini Coopers, But one of the things that there's a problem with minis that are here in Minnesota, they're not really like, souped up enough. I mean, the only one that I know that's really souped up that really looks nice is Calypso. And that's from Minnesota United Minis. And Calypso is really nice. That's a really nice souped up Mini Cooper. It looks like a rally car. It's very badass. It's very nice. And it's the only one in Minnesota that looks kind of, like, a rally car. Most of the guys from Minnesota United Minis, I love their team. I love their crew. They drive their minis basically like their everyday fun little cars. But not a lot of people go really, wild with them. They don't, they do the wider fender flares. Some of us do. They do the wider fender flares and they do the bigger rims and everything and stuff like that. So, yes. And I've heard people, ask me, Jack, well, what are you going to do with your Mini Cooper? Well, my Mini Cooper is a project car that is in the works. I mean, I'm trying to do things like, change the engine and do airbags and do Lambo and suicide doors and 20-inch rims and everything. And I actually want to put a freaking body kit on my car. But they don't make a body kit for the Countryman. What they make is this company called VAD makes fender flare kits. They put them on the fenders is what they do, and they're wide, and they're like wider fenders, and then it goes down to the front bumper, and it looks kind of looks god awful is what it looks like because it's not a complete wide body kit. But see, for some odd reason, Liberty Walk made a kit for the R57. So Liberty Walks made a kit for the R57, and when they made a kit for the R57, that Liberty Walk kit looks so fucking sick. It looks nice. I wish that they would make a wide body kit for the Countryman and make the Countryman look like something that is not just driven by a granny to go get groceries every once in a while, because that's my goal, is to make the Mini Cooper look like something that. And there is only one Mini Cooper that I've ever seen that's actually really beast looking, and that's Emilio's. That's Kenneth's Mini Cooper. His car looks amazing. And then there was another guy. His name was Adam, I think his name was. And Adam had a WRC Countryman Mini, and it looked badass. But I have never been able to find a body kit or anything for the Countryman to make it look like it actually freaking needs to be, a body kit. And I definitely hope someday that somebody makes a body kit for the Countryman that's actually worth a damn. But they haven't made any body kits for a car. You look online, you can't find jack shit for Mini Coopers, or for Countrymans, you can't. And I don't know why. I mean, everybody wants the Paceman. Everybody wants the Paceman. Everybody wants the Countryman, and or they don't want the Countryman. They want the Paceman or the Clubman. And okay, well then make a body kit for both of them. Once you make a body kit for them, it's going to sell like hotcakes and sausage, because people are going to be like, "Holy shit, fly it off the shelf!" I mean, because if you ever type in your Google and you search WRC Mini Coopers, dude, watch them. Look at them look at a WRC Mini Cooper once, a 2013, a 2012 or 2013 Mini Cooper Countryman, all four. Look at it rallying. I mean, look how amazing that car handles in the dirt. I mean, look how amazing it drives. Why would you not want to have that car for a rally car? But everybody wants a Subaru. Everybody wants to follow Subaru and suck on the power teat of Subaru. And I don't know why that is. I mean, yes, Subaru's been making rally cars ever since Colin McRae dropped out of the scene. But Colin McRae, has been one of the most legendary people in the rally car circuit, and we've had him around. I mean, but what happens? Okay, what would have happened if Ken Block drove a Mini Cooper in WRC? If he would have drove a WRC Mini Cooper, Mini Coopers would have gone through the roof. They would have sold. You would have never been able to get a JCW Mini Cooper anywhere. Because the thing is that here's what people do is they see cars in WRC and then they want to go out and buy them. Well, Hyundai, let's get this straight. Ken Block drove a Hyundai in the WRC. In the American Rally Association, he drove an all-wheel drive Hyundai. It's a Hyundai Veloster, is what it is. It's not all-wheel drive. It's only front-wheel drive in America. He had to go to Germany and get it custom made. Every time Ken Block has ever had a car, he had to get it custom made. His Ford Fiesta, that wasn't all-wheel drive. You can't buy an all-wheel drive Ford Fiesta. Now you probably can, but you couldn't before. When his cars came out, they were two-wheel drive, and he had them custom built to make them all-wheel drive. And when you buy an all-wheel drive Ford Focus, yes, it's badass. It's a very badass vehicle. There's also the new Toyota Corolla GR. It's a 1.6 liter, 4-cylinder. It's all-wheel drive, and it's badass. The Veloster is, front-wheel drive. Hyundai Veloster is not all-wheel drive. It's front-wheel drive. But it can still rally. A lot of cars can rally being front-wheel or rear-wheel drive cars, but you don't get the same experience when it's all-wheel drive. Now, you can take an R57, K-swap the thing, and make it an all-wheel drive Mini Cooper, but that's a lot of freaking work. It takes a lot to make a car all-wheel drive, but once it's done, it's badass. So there's a lot of things about the Mini Cooper that I don't like. I don't like the fact that it's got a 1.6 liter engine in it, but I like the wheelbase. I like how small the wheelbase is, and it goes around corners very well. You drive it on gravel roads, it's freaking amazing. I love my Mini Cooper. I love everything about it. It's a great car. It's a street legal go-kart, but a lot of people knock it. There's a lot of people around here that knock my car, and I don't know why. I have no idea why people knock my car, and I don't understand why people, for some odd reason, hate my Mini Cooper, and I don't get it. I mean, I don't know what my Mini Cooper ever did to you, but the one thing that is so rare about the car, one thing that I loved about my ex-wife's Mini Cooper was that it was a hardtop. And dude, if you could put a roll cage in that sucker, and if you could put a roll cage in that sucker and you could do everything, that car would have been a rally car. It could have been a rally car. You could take the back seats out of it, put a roll cage in it, protect the fuel cell or protect the fuel, pump and everything like that, and make it a rally car basically just by, taking and changing the suspension, modifying the suspension, putting different rims and tires on it. You could turn that car into a rally car because, one, it's a hardtop and it doesn't have a sunroof, which is really cool. If you ever could find a Mini Cooper that's got a hardtop with no sunroof, you got yourself a rally car. It's the best, and it's one of the best rally cars in the world. They are really good, and I don't know why. I don't know why the American Rally Association, and I don't understand why Mini dropped out of the WRC. I really do not understand that. I mean, ProDrive even helped them, but I'm trailing off here. The one thing that when I take my Mini Cooper to a lot of shows, a lot of people look at it and they're like, what the hell is a Mini Cooper doing here? And then when they find out who owns it, they're like, oh, okay, whatever. And they give it a chance, Also, I just want to say congrats to the Next Level guys for being around for 16 years. I met them up at Pawn America here about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I met them, and they've been putting on a pretty decent. They have a pretty decent car club. They have a pretty cool group of guys. They're always looking. I think they're always looking for, to always look for more members, and they're always looking for more people. Now, I'm not going to say anything bad about their club. I don't have any, disregard for their club. I love their club, but I'm not going to join their club. I'm just going to push their club because if they push mine, I'll push theirs. Like if they say something about Trax Revolution, who's ever watching, I just want to say thanks for watching. I hope you are enjoying the show. And if not, please just drop a comment down there and tell me that you're enjoying the show and you're watching. Because, this is also on Facebook Live and it's also on YouTube. So it's on my YouTube channel. But I want to get more and more people to watch my show and come over to my YouTube channel and watch over here for the late Trax Podcast. Anyway, the Next Level guys, they have, they're a wonderful group of guys. They have a unique style about them. I think they have 3 trucks right now that are like all over 900 or 800 horsepower. And they look like they're drag racing trucks. So they look like they're just, set up to go on a straight line and do straight line drags. And they are a great group of guys. They're, a great group of people. And I think they're cool. And I think they want to set up a lot of cool events. They have a lot of cool things going on. They have, I think it's Mochas and Motors is their show that they have at Chick-fil-A or Starbucks. It's or Caribou. I think it's Caribou or Starbucks in town. It's one of those stupid coffee chains that, make coffee that you could just make at home. I don't really know. It's next to Chick-fil-A and Caribou, I think it is, or Chick-fil-A and Starbucks or whatever. I have no idea, but they put on a show in the mornings. It's called Motors and Mochas or something like that. It's a really good show. They had one last week. They had one last week. It went till about 10 o'clock. And then I was already at what's it called? I was at the 3M Whips and Waffles show, which I tried to do some video about that show, but I have no idea what happens to me when I go to car shows. It's really weird. When I go to car shows, I can't do videos because I'm so interested in trying to talk to people, and I have nobody that wants to help me do videos, and I don't have anybody that's around to basically, go around and take pictures. Anytime I ever see anybody post pictures and stuff like that, they can post pictures on Trax Revolution if they want to. They can post them on Trax Revolution Auto Heaven. They can post them on my Facebook page because basically Trax Revolution is about everything automotive. My motto is basically making automotive great again. That's what my motto is. I mean, do I support any local, running candidates for the presidency? Not really. I mean, I don't really know who to. I'm probably not even going to vote. I don't really know. I just hope the world starts changing and everybody starts going back to, living a normal life and being happy. My motto is live, drive, and lay tracks. Just, go out and, work on your car. Have fun with your car. Do what you got to do with your car, I just wish more and more people would come together and do what they got to do. Another thing I'm trying to, push is I'm also trying to, push car shows. Because if there's car shows around here, or car shows around and car shows in general. So I posted a car show, I copied it and then I posted it on my wall. and it's in Virginia. And, and this person was like, that's today. And I'm like, yeah. And I posted a car show for him, in West Virginia or Virginia or whatever. And I'm in Minnesota. And the reason why I posted it for him is because, one, I wanted to push the show. Because yeah, even though I'm in Minnesota, I'm still going to push a show that's in New Mexico or Virginia or Maryland or all over the world, because I love anything that's car related, anything that's automotive related. I am let's see here, what am I doing here? So also I'm working on some projects that I have. I bought some 118 and 124 scale model cars. I'm actually painting them right now. Trying to make them look somewhat good, trying to learn how to do it. If I showed it to somebody, they'll probably be like, oh, that's just stupid and you should burn it, or you should hate it or whatever. But yeah, another thing, guys, I want to stress this so much. So when you're driving in your car, can you put the fucking cell phone down? Can you stop texting and driving? Can you stop looking at your fucking cell phone? Okay? In Minnesota, every day when I drive down the road and I'm driving in my Groom van for my company, Groom Transportation, which I work for, I drive people down to the airport. And I have about maybe 2 to 10 passengers in my van, and they see people texting on their car and texting and driving in their cars, and they all sit here and they say something about it. Like, oh, that person shouldn't be doing that, or oh, that person shouldn't be doing that. They should pay attention to what they're doing. There is so many accidents in this world, and I don't want to hear somebody say, oh, that's never going to happen to me. Oh, I hear that's never going to happen to me. But no, it will happen to you. You'll be driving down the road and you'll be looking at your fucking cell phone like this, and all of a sudden a car in front of you will slam on their brakes and you'll have no time. I don't care what kind of brakes, what kind of tires, or what kind of, reaction time you have. Your cell phone stops you from fucking even thinking about driving. When you get in your goddamn car, put the cell phone away. Just put it somewhere that you can't get into it. Put it in a backpack, put it in a bag, put it in something. Just put it away from you. Just away from you. And stay off of it. When you get to your destination, then call your family if it's fucking important. Because 90% of the time, anything that ever comes through on your phone, anything that ever comes on your phone is either junk mail, a bot message. Yeah, it's a bot message. It's some bullshit, fake ass message that's coming on your phone from something that you don't even care about. Like, it's telling you that you won a fucking tool set from fucking, Harbor Freight or something. When you don't, when you know for a fact you never went to Harbor Freight, or it's some insurance thing. Just stay the hell off your damn cell phone when you're driving. When your ass is in the seat holding onto the steering wheel, this is how you should be holding onto the steering wheel. It shouldn't be, that's exactly what will happen. People, I don't know how to stress this out enough, and I know that it's something that needs to be, it needs to be nipped in the bud. It needs to be stopped, because the world we live in right now is just everything is too short to worry about texting and driving and everything else. And don't sit there and tell me, oh, it never happens to me. Oh, it's never going to happen to me. No, It'll happen to you. You'll be driving down the damn road and you'll take your eyes off the road for like 20 seconds or even 5 seconds and you'll smash into the back of somebody. You know, they show these videos over in England about texting and driving, and they show some pretty graphic videos. They are pretty intense, and they're supposed to prove a point. They're not trying to scare you. They're just trying to show you what happens when that kind of stuff when that happens. When you get into a car accident, you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, you have no idea. And then when you have your safety belt on, you know, you have your safety belt on, your I mean, you've seen car accidents and you've seen videos of what happens to people when it happens. When you're in a car accident, it's not pretty. No, it's not pretty. It You can get mangled up, you can get tangled up, you can get all sorts of things, and it's just not fun. It's just not. So I stress this more and more every day about watching out for motorcycles because and texting while you're driving. Don't do them. Don't text and drive. Watch out for motorcycles. Don't text and drive. I mean, motorcyclists on the road too, they are there and they're going to be doing some, things. Some motorcyclists drive in their lane. Some of them weave in and out of traffic and they do stuff dangerously, but they're not texting and driving when they're driving their motorcycle. Have you noticed that? Because they have their hands on both of the things. Because one, you can't text and drive on a motorcycle. You can, but you're not supposed to do it. Because both hands are supposed to be on the throttles and the handles. They're supposed to be on the handlebars. Yeah. I'm not trying to be a complete dick, but the thing is that texting and driving needs to stop. Every time I see it, I want to roll down my window and I want to hold up a sign that says, "Stop texting and driving, you fucking dumbass." Or you fucking moron. Because nobody pays attention. They pay attention to that stupid fucking cell phone more than they pay attention to driving. The one thing about driving, yeah, they say to put both hands on the wheel and stuff like that, but most people eat when they're in a car. Most people, they drive and they eat, and they're doing 8,000 things at one time. You don't need to do that kind of stuff. It can wait, If there's one thing that you can practice every day is that when you get in the car, put the cell phone away. Just put the cell phone away and, do the urge. I sometimes wish that, people, I sometimes wish that people would just, if you go to reach for that cell phone, just think that cell phone has a magnetic field around it. When you touch it, it shocks the piss out of you, like an electromagnetic field around it or something. Don't touch your cell phone. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I just think that, I just think that the world we live in is just not ready for, is not ready to put their cell phones down and just not watch them. I really have no clue. I really don't get it. But anyway, so don't forget tomorrow, St. Paul Convention Center, Modest Car Show. It's in the morning. I think it starts around 10 o'clock or I think it's 10 o'clock or 11 or, around that time. It goes pretty much all day. It's a good show. And then just down the road tomorrow on 721, they have the CHS field takeover, which is basically CHS Field, home of the St. Paul Saints. I think vehicle registration is $9.30. It's like I think it's $35 to get in to register. I think is what it is. But they're trying to fill CHS Field. So just go down the CHS Field, look up CHS Field, follow all the import cars and all the hot cars that are going to come down there, because there are going to be a lot of cars down there. Because, this is the best time in Minnesota to do car show stuff, because just around the corner we're going to have snow, and it's going to suck. And the snow in Minnesota, as much as I love Minnesota, I love it here. I can't deal with the winters anymore. I just can't. And most of the time, people in the wintertime in Minnesota put their car in a garage. Yeah. And they drive like an SUV or a pickup. So I want to live in a place where I can drive my cars every day and not have to worry about, problems and snow and ice and everything else. Maybe that's why I'm going down to Mexico or New Mexico. Yeah, New Mexico. New Mexico, not Mexico, New Mexico. I'm going to the New Mexico, not the old one. New hotness, old and busted. So I don't know what I'm going to talk about anymore. I mean, I stressed what I thought I was going to say, and I said that I wanted to talk about this text messaging and driving and stuff. There's a lot of things that you guys do when you drive your car, and you don't even know that you're doing something wrong. Speeding, God, there are so many people who go so fast over the speed limit, like 5-10 miles over the speed limit on the road. I see it every day. When you go off of 94 and then you go to 494 and you're going towards the airport, that speed limit drops down to 60 miles an hour. It doesn't stay 70 miles an hour, and interstate is not 90 miles an hour. It's only 70. Yes. Now, when you live in North Dakota, interstate's 75. Yes. Here, it's only 70. I mean, and if you get pulled over by the police, if you get pulled over by the cop, just listen to what the cop says and, just thank the officer for giving you the ticket if you got pulled over, and don't say that you didn't do it because you're the one driving the car. Just do it and shut up. I mean, some police officers, they go after people because they want to. Other people, they go after them because they're actually breaking the law. One of the videos that I watched on Daily Driven Exotics, or DDE, these guys are really cool. They drive supercars all over the place. Really great group of guys. But they drive a Lamborghini all the time in California. Cars registered in Ontario. Yeah, it's registered in Canada. And they drive the car. In California all the time. They get pulled over every fucking time. It's either because of a loud exhaust or because of, excessive speed or something. And they get pulled over, and the cop, never really tells them what the ticket's about. They just want them to sign something. And then they go down to the police station, and then they fix the ticket, and the ticket gets dropped and everything. But the reason why this stuff happens is because, some cops have a wild hair up their ass, and they go after cars that are souped up because they think, okay, this guy is driving a souped up car and he's flying by me, at 3 miles over the speed limit, So I think he's going to race, or he's going to street race, or he's going to do something. And, I'm going to tell you right now, that's not what his intentions are. He's just driving the car because the car is made to drive fast. But the people around it aren't ready for it. They're not ready for this, speed and this and the way that you drive your car. So you have to put in factors. Okay, do I drive my McLaren or my Lamborghini or my Ferrari, the speed limit and show it off to everybody? Or do I drive my car at a reasonably fast manner to show off to everybody and still be safe? That's what you got to do. I mean, I don't know. I would, if okay, there's a company called Just Bettering that has a GTR for sale. They're or not for sale. They're giving it away, and the drawing is supposed to be I think the drawing is already done, but they're giving the car away soon or something like that. I think the giveaway is today. They're actually picking the winner today. If I were to win that car, if I was to win a GTR, have it here in Minnesota, first of all, it would be kept in a garage. I would drive it when I go to car shows. I would definitely bring it to Modest or Drive Cartel show until they got tired of seeing it. Now, people would probably be like, "Oh, would you like to hang out with our crew now that you have a GTR?" I'm like, I've been driving in a Mini Cooper for the last, how many years, and you guys don't want me around? And then finally I get a GTR and now you want me around? What kind of bullshit is that? That's the thing. I don't understand why people in the car show community and everything else, they look at you depending on what kind of car you have. I drive a Mini Cooper and everybody just fucking comes down on me hard, basically I'm a redheaded stepchild. It's really, what did I ever fucking do to you? I'm just a guy who drives a Mini Cooper, and I come up to a place and I get looked down upon. I brought pizza and I tried to make friends and I tried to make people like me and everything else. And it's, oh, we don't know who you are. We don't trust you. We think you're going to call the cops on us. Do you really think that I want cops to come up to fucking Pawn America and waste our time and, get in our face for us being around a place? No. So just because I don't know, the location and the lingo of people doesn't mean I'm going to call the cops on you. That's not who I am. I mean, yeah, I just moved here 6 months ago because I got in a little bit of a problem with, a situation that I don't talk about much anymore because there's no reason to talk about it. I'm trying to go through a divorce. There you go. It's, big deal. That's between me and my ex. Anyway. But the one thing is I moved here, and I live here. I love cars. I want to go to car shows. I want to go to events. And I want to promote my team. Now, yes, I love it when I go to car club and I talk to people and the first thing they say, how many people do you have in your crew? Well, like I said, there's only one person running Trax Revolution. MiniWorks has over 112 people. Yeah, MiniWorks has 113 people. I think it is 112 or 113. But that's because those are people who love that one car, Mini Coopers. I love my Mini Cooper, but I want an FJ Cruiser because I want to go to the off-roading shows. I want to go to the lifted truck events. I want to go to House. I want to go to House Mudbog out in fucking, out in Minnesota because I want to drive my car through the mud. I want to take it through the mud. I want to have fun. I want to get it muddy, I want to put a winch on that thing and actually use the fucking winch. I want to put a 6-inch lift kit on it. I want to put Mudbog tires on it and just fucking drive it around. And people will be like, look, there goes Jack. No. I also want a GTR. I want a GTR. I want a muscle car. I want a shop. I want a garage. I want a place that people can come and work on their cars in Minnesota and not feel like they're being hosed all the time and being fucked over. I mean, when you go to some of these places to get an oil change done, you wonder, are they actually doing the service or are they just fucking hosing your ass for $100 and some? You know, I hate when they tell you, "Oh yeah, just leave your car here and then you'll go somewhere and then you'll come back. Your car will be sitting in the same parking space, and you're wondering, did they actually fucking do anything?" I mean, there are people who do that kind of shit. They tell you to leave your car, and then they tell you to go somewhere, and they're like, "Yeah, your car will be done in like 45 minutes to an hour. Come back." You get back, the car is still in the same spot. You're wondering, did it actually even fucking move? Did somebody actually fucking do anything to your car? And then you're like, "No, I had the keys with me the whole time. How did you even fucking do the oil change if the keys weren't in the car?" I mean, people do such weird, stupid shit all the time, and they fucking lie to people all the time, and it's ridiculous. It's like stupid, you know? I want to open a shop. I want to have a place where people can come in and work on their car and feel like, they're not getting fucking hosed. I want to make a place where women can come drop off their car and actually, get the car and actually have the car done with what they want. Like if the woman comes in and says, "Hey, I want an oil change done," she can watch that oil change being done. She can learn from it, and then they can let her on her way. Not charge her things, like not tell her that she needs this done and this done and this done and this done when it doesn't need to be done. No. Keep a vehicle history of what's been done in the car. Like a car history report, like a Carfax, basically. If the oil change has been done, the oil change has been done. If the air filter's been changed, make a note of the air filter being changed. Let the customer know what's going on with their car. Their car is their baby, okay? They want their car to run forever. They don't want their car to run for 2 weekends and just fucking fall apart and come back to you after 1,300 miles and, or come back after 1,300 miles, or come back after 5,000 miles and go, "What the hell's going on with my car?" The thing is that, when you work on their car, you work on their car and you take care of their car and you make a mental note of their car. You have a file that's got their information on it. Take care of their baby. Don't fuck them over. That's all I really got to say about that. I mean, I understand that people probably are tired of me talking about cars. This is my life. I love cars. I love Trax Revolution. Oh, yeah. And another thing that I'm trying to stop. Guys, can we stop with the street racing? Someone's going to get killed. I hate takeovers. I hate when people bring these Dodge Chargers or these Challengers and they do burnouts in the parking lot. They do all this other kind of stuff. Just come there for the passion of the cars. Don't come there to be a dick. Please. Nobody needs that shit. Nobody needs to see a Dodge Charger doing a burnout, taking out 7 people in a parking lot. Nobody needs to take out a Mustang. Nobody needs to see a Mustang drift and take out a row of people. I mean, street racing at one time was something that kids did on a backcountry road where, there was nobody around. There was no spectators. It was just 2 guys finding an empty road, one driving the other car, and then going, But like here at Trax Revolution, I say do it on the track. Take yourself to a local track, whether it's an 1/8 mile, a 1/4 mile track, and go on a straight line. See what it does. Track. Go get your license. Yeah. Go get your driving or your race license. Go get your FIA license if you want to do that. Teach people how to drive. Yeah. So if you want to make the world a better place, make automotive great again, teach people how to drive cars. Teach people to drive on backcountry roads. Learn how to drive a manual. Yeah, a manual transmission. A lot of people don't know how to drive a manual transmission. And again, if you don't work on your own car, you should give me your man card. I can't work on my car in my neighborhood because I can't work on my car in my neighborhood because of my homeowners association. They don't want oil all over the driveway. So I have to go someplace and get it fixed, which sucks because I can do it if I had the proper tools. If I had a lift, if I had a pit, I can do that kind of shit because I can. But anyway, don't forget Modest Car Show tomorrow. Registration's already done, so they already have their cars. I think the doors for the Modest Car Show start at 10 o'clock at the convention center. Get there early if you want to get in and see some pretty decent cars. A lot of good vendors are going to be there. Nolan from Donut Media is going to be there. Really cool guy. He was the one with the glasses. He's a really cool guy. Nolan is really cool. Go see the guys from Drive Cartel. Just tell them, that, they're a good group of people. A lot of good vendors. Tomorrow, a lot of good vendors are going to be there. Just go have fun. And then Sunday, CHS Field. Registration starts at 9:30. Be there early. So come at 8:30 for registration. Just line up all the cars. Try to fill up CHS Field with a lot of cars and see what goes on. All right. This has been Jack Trax for the Trax Podcast. All I got to say is stop texting and fucking driving. I'm getting sick and tired of it. If I see you do this again, driving down the fucking road, I'm not going to be very happy. I don't know how much I can stress that. I'm getting tired of texting and driving. Also, watch out for motorcycles. And ladies, if you ever feel like you are being pressured to do things at a car show, or you are feeling like you are being trafficked at a car show, don't be afraid to talk to somebody about trafficking, because you don't have to sell your body to make a car show better. What I think women should do is I think they should learn how to work on cars. I think they actually look better with a tool in their hand, like a wrench or a socket, than standing there with their boobs hanging out in a bikini. I mean, that's just me. I mean, I'm sorry, but if a bikini model knows how to work on a car, that's a different story. But most of the time, y'all need to figure out what you got to do, because standing next to a car naked is not, or half naked is not cool. So, yeah. All right. Live, drive, and lay tracks, and be safe. Jackson Trax out.